Kirk Jerome Ezekiel Cousins, Minnesota Vikings quarterback, generally gets poo-pooed on by the national media jabroni haircuts, but there are small pockets of resistance. There is small bastions, some beams of hope in the national media. And Kyle Brandt of Good Morning Football, also Pete Schrager of Good Morning Football, also Nate Burleson, formerly of Good Morning Football, are generally guys that have backed up the Vikings, as well as backing up Kirk Cousins. So on Good Morning Football, they talked about who is your dark horse MVP candidate this season. And Brandt went to bat for our guy, Jerome Ezekiel Cousins. This is what he said. You know who I'm going with. Is the world ready? Is the internet ready for Kirk Cousins as the NFL MVP? And then the panel was like, boo, boo, because damn it, I am. Everyone get your conversion vans and drive them to Outback Steakhouse where you will pay with a gift card. Now, Brandt is a national guy. He obviously doesn't know regionally about Pizza Ranch, Tim Pot Pizza Ranch dictator. Woo! I'm Brandt, and I think the Vikings are ready. This is a guy who can be counted on for 5,000 yards passing in Washington or Minnesota. No one in the NFL has had better receivers. Yes, I said it. I think there are some great ones, but I don't think I can clearly say anyone's better than the guys he lines up with, especially with Dalvin Cook. And remember, everybody, the Zimmer era is over. One crazy Zimmer, it's gone. We have a young, square-jawed offensive head coach who's going to unleash hell across that field turf in U.S. Bank Stadium. And just be ready, everybody, because I know he can't win in primetime, blah, 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 blah. But he's ready. He's got his Creed playlist. He's got his 5,000 yards, and Kirk Cousins MVP would be absolutely incredible. Woo! Now, we are prognosticators. We are purveyors of the spicy muy caliente 5 billion Scoville units out there, but this one is spicy, but it's not that unpalatable because if you look, I mean, Kirk Cousins last year statistically had a good season, but remember, this was an offense where it was limited by Clint Kubiak being a first-time play caller. Mike Zimmer, his only involvement in the offense was run the ball, run, pass, punt, run, pass, punt. And we're going to talk about in a future video. Kirk Cousins gets this reputation for being Charlie Checkdown, except he was middle of the pack. I think he was 15th or 16th in the league in terms of checkdown percentage. So it was play design. It was play design on 3rd and 9 to throw a 3-yard flare to C.J. Ham coming out of the backfield as a primary read. That doesn't count as a check down. So, I mean, Kirk Cousins, we've seen in Washington as well as at times here in Minnesota, dude can light it up. He can throw down the field. If he can get just a modicum, a smidge, just a pubic hair's amount of pass protection, I think that Kirk Cousins can light it up in Kevin O'Connell's offense, where KOC worked with him before in Washington. He's worked with Matthew Stafford, won a Super Bowl with Stafford last season, and I do think that Brandt has a point in terms of receiving weapons. I mean, who out there's got it better than us? Nobody. You got Jefferson, you got Thielen, you got KJ rising up, you have Irv back healthy, you have Dalvin's going to be more involved in the passing game. So who else out there? Who else out there has better skill position players than the Vikings? Maybe you could make a case for a couple teams, but you're not going to drop the Vikings out of the top 3. That's for sure. Also, that's how much Jefferson jacks up that average, man. But I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. And also the Kirk can't win in primetime narrative. It's like, well, the Vikings only play 2 primetime games, so check and mate. And the way that you have things set up, you have 17 games this year, 9 home, 7 neutral, 7 on the road and 1 neutral. So, baby, you got stew going. And the Vikings have a relatively easy schedule. And you could find a spot where the Vikings, they had a lot of talent last year. They went 8-9. It is what it is. But maybe the Vikings get a little bit of puck luck. Maybe the Vikings don't lose those one-score games. Maybe the Vikings, hey, if you get ahead by 10 late in the game, you don't have to worry about one-score games, man. That's right. So maybe a couple of those games go the Vikings' way. Maybe they end up 12-5, 13-4, wanting some more. Maybe they steal the division from the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers. And remember, the MVP is only a regular season award. Just ask Aaron Rodgers, who is allegedly the 2-time NFL MVP. Hashtag not my MVP. And now Kirk. Vikings rise from the dead. They win the division. They win 12-13 games. And all of a sudden, Kirk Cousins out here dropping BBs. Like piss missiles, and all of a sudden, Kirk Cousins, they improved their win total by 5. They won the division. They secured the 1 or the 2 seed. Kirk Cousins had 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. Guess what? He'll be in the conversation And even though I'm sure Justin Jefferson should be in that MVP conversation, the MVP, it just is what it is. It's a quarterback award, sometimes a running back award, and it's unfortunate. It's turned into the Heisman, right? So Kirk could be in that mix. So I don't think that Brandt's take is that out of line. I think that he certainly does have a point that with Kevin O'Connell, with the talent around him, if they can fix interior offensive line, Kirk Cousins is going to have a chance, man. He is. So here we are. That would just be the capper on like the last 3 years. Just all of the insanity that's happened since Harambe went down. The last 4 or 5 years. Just like, it crescendos with Kirk Cousins, league MVP, Super Bowl MVP, and the Vikings hoisting that drumbardy for the first time, first of 12 times in the next 10 years. It's just crazy, man. I love it, man. But your thoughts are our thoughts. Good Morning Football. It's Kyle Brandt. Kirk Cousins MVP? Question mark. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. We'll support the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.